Sorry about that, guys.
Back on, brother.
Yo, yo, yeah. Can you hear me?
What's up?
Man, like
You
when I
still
said
streaming, or is it
what
just me and you?
no, I'm still streaming.
Okay,
Yeah, the
I
one
get
that when I
that.
told you the lights were flickering or something like that, man, everything just flickered again and then boom, it just got off. So
Yeah,
if it happens again, then I'm just going to be completely off.
yeah,
Um,
that's fine. I
so
uh, I spoke I spoke for you when you went off.
all right, good. All right, good stuff. So I think as of right now, like um just looking at I'm gonna go over this if it, go over just so I can tell these guys, what I think might happen. But I am looking at a support resistance level all the way up here, or at a resistance level to the top, um, right up here. I do want to see this thing come down today, um, possibly down to I do have my, what was it, my 423 puts in for $20 at expiring tomorrow. I am in the 4 hour. I am seeing we are still bearish in the 4 hours. So I do want to see a reversal, but there is no guarantee of it. So you're just gonna have to react to what price is giving you. So that's my input on that. Um, let's see.
Did you get out again from the? You didn't get back in for Qs, did you?
No,
You
no,
just had
no.
your three from yesterday.
Uh, oh, from the that I got in from yesterday.
Yeah, that's all you have left. It looks like from your chart.
What's that? Oh, the what do you
Your
call it, right?
positions, you just
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
three
Yeah, yeah, I only have three. So, um,
because it's
for
doing
for
what you said. You called 445, man. It's almost there.
yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, like these 1 day contracts, when you're in those 1 day contracts, like, you know, it's like I should have gotten out a day before, but it did jump up like crazy this morning. And I was
Yeah,
thinking, well, I looked at it today. I was like, man, my contract should be up like crazy, but I guess that's not how it works with these, man. Like, I just I don't understand, you know?
yeah, that is pretty odd.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, kudos to you yet again this morning, man, for calling, for requesting to see that dip, anticipating it, looking at your technicals.
Mm-hmm.
It got about to the line where you were predicting. You did what you said you do. You made the call, and it's where I know my screen's lagging behind yours a little bit, but I mean we're right at 445 as
Yep.
you predicted.
Hmm. So that's basically, well, the data that's telling me that, where I think, and what I'm doing really is just looking at levels. I'm looking at support resistance levels. I mean, it's that basic, but you really have to know what to look for, As in, as far as all these timelines and the MACDs, the signals, the stochastics, and all the other ones, um, and just go by what you think.
Well, it might be simple, but it's not easy.
Oh yeah. I know. It took me a good while just to get the hang of it. But like I told you, and I told this to the master, and he still doesn't believe me. Uh, I'm like, I'm seeing the data. I'm seeing it, and I understand. He loves to trade the news. He does. But as
It
a
served them.
as a technical guy, I my setup, or however I look, I read, however I read the setups, I'm onto something. I have my edge, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I'm not gonna get off this edge unless it proves me wrong some way somehow, and
right. And I think,
or it doesn't work.
yeah, I think you guys share that mentality.
Yep.
Like I watched him do what he did, and I
Mhm.
watched it work. I'm
Mhm.
watching you do what you do. I'm watching it work.
Yep.
Um, there's, I'm sure, I'm sure the animal rights activists would hate this phrase these days, but there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And people there, I've seen people. So if you go on to, well, I know you don't like getting on TikTok, but there's other like Instagrams and stuff like that. There's a female on there, and her name is Tori Trades, Tori. Now,
Okay.
she does her trades based off of lines, trend lines, from what I've
Now
seen.
is that the same person you said was using the volume profile indicator,
No,
or is
no, no,
that
no, no.
different?
This is a different person. This one is her name is it's Tori Trades, and
Got it.
what she does is, from what I've seen, is she uses trend lines, and she finds support and resistance level, and she gets in at pretty much at the bottom, right? And then
Right.
just rides it up. I think her last profit was around 30,000, close to 40.
What?
And yeah, so that's but you know what, I believe that, well, since she does have her own thing going on, like the you know as what we're working to right now to get to that level, she uses, whatever she gets paid off of that you know to make that
She's
kind of,
sponsored.
yeah, to make that kind of money. She gets paid by the people, that
Whoever
her
she's
her subscribers.
right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So she uses that money to make money, and that's what we're trying to, get at, work on.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I think about when I watch these daily trades from you is that, I mean, put the exact same situation into play. Nothing changes except you add a zero
Mhm.
or two zeros when it comes to what your positions are. And I mean, you're
Mhm.
making, instead of making $200 today, you made 2,000 today. You made 20,000 today.
Man,
And
dude, if I do that, if I make 50K, dude, I'm gonna take a whole month off.
yeah, where we going, son?
I'm gonna take a month off, but not really though. Not I wouldn't do that because I need to be here for the subscribers. They need they need that the service, man. They need the service. You know.
Yeah,
And
got to
these
send them on
guys,
cheap
yeah, and
trips.
these guys are gonna have to, they're gonna have to meet a requirement in order for me to provide services. They have to have a requirement, because I will not let somebody go in with, I would say $1,000 is good, but you have to put in your stop limits, very crucial areas, and that stop is gonna have to be like $50, and that's not a lot of
Yeah,
wiggle room. That's not a lot. So these guys are gonna have to meet a requirement if they want to work with me. If they want to, yeah.
yeah. I mean, you don't want to take advantage of people or put them in a predicament. where everybody's selling a get rich quick scheme these days. You don't want somebody to, like I just said, get put in a pickle on their own because they
Mm-hmm.
were like, oh, I'm going to throw this $1,000 I don't have to lose because I
Mm-hmm.
know it's going to make me 2,000. No one knows.
Yeah. Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
you don't want to put them in that situation.
Yeah, and that's what I've been seeing in these like TikToks and stuff. They're like, yeah, you can make this much and this and this, but really it depends on what the actual person is putting up front, right? You can't have somebody come in, well, I mean, like I can do it. Like if I put 500 in there, I'll make sure that I know, because I know what I'm doing, right? And I'll put my stops like if I have to, I'll put it at $100 or whatever. But these guys, they have to control themselves, man. If you don't control yourself, you're gonna lose everything. Then you're gonna be mad at the person that you took the trade, and it's like, well, you have to meet the requirements, man, And they have to have
Exactly.
proof. They have to have proof of the requirements because if not, then I will not let them subscribe without having, I don't want to, I want my reputation and I want my services to be, transparent with, what I'm providing.
Exactly.
So, but yeah. All right, guys, we got
Yeah,
10 minutes left. We got 10 minutes left. Go ahead. Go ahead, Q.
I was going to say on that tip though, man. Really, the best you can do is guide people. You know that saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all you can do is say, set the parameters. As I mean, people lie all the time. People might show you they have something they don't as far
Mm-hmm.
as funds, funds available and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, all you can do is advise, give the best sort of guidelines you can for an individual. And if they choose to make a poor decision on their end, you can't be held liable for that.
Yeah.
And that's just got to be something that's made very apparent up front because I think even though you're going to try to keep your checks and balances as best you can, I think you're still going to have somebody at some point they'll try to get in and wind up in a bad spot and try to blame you for it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
And
it's just
these people are,
CYA.
I'm thinking, in order for me to actually make this right and legit and not have any kind of problems, I'm gonna have to send them a contract. It's gonna have to
Yeah.
be like that for everyone because this is part of a business. This is no joke. This is their money that they can lose. So,
Well, we'll talk after this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, guys, we have about what 8 minutes left. I'm gonna go over again before, even if the lights cuts out and whatnot, but just in case. I'm gonna go based off a trend line right here. We got a trend line coming down. This is a bearish on the 60 minute on the daily. A bearish. Now we can come back up all the way up here. We can come back to these levels here. I'd say about let's say we have a level right here. We can come up here or we can come. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. It's not moving for me. I'll put it down here just in case because I feel like this can actually. All right, so we got a level up here, guys. We have a level here. From what I'm seeing is we could actually. I'm gonna put it here just in case, somewhere around here. So we can see this coming back up. We can possibly see this on the 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour, um, on the I'm looking at 4 hour on Weeble. If we can get the MACDs to cross over on the 4 hour, then we can have a nice decent drop. We are bearish on the 4 hour and on the daily we are bearish. And we're making a spike back up. But it really just depends on the action of what happens. I can say this and that and draw these lines and make it look crazy and it will never get there. It might just pop up and keep going up. That's why you have to react to what's going on. You have to react to price action. Um, check the news and see if people are in fear or not. I don't do that because I come in and I just read the technicals and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm seeing for today. I can do that. Um, I really don't like getting into the news, but that's something for me to do later on down the road. And now I'll catch on to it. It's just going to take me a little time. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing as right now. Um, let's look at the weekly. We are bullish, but I will not be bullish until we confirm the crossover on the MACD at the 4 hour. Once I see that crossover on the 4 hour on the MACD, um, and we're pointing up, then I will get in for longs and be bullish throughout that time. But as of right now, I am not bullish. I'm just bearish. We do have to see this. Maybe if it comes up to this level here and we bounce off of here and we retrace back or bounce off of here, then I will be bullish to the upside and I will be going long a month out on the Qs. So that's all I'm waiting for. Let's see. I think that's it for that. It's really basically it's really off. It just depends on what y'all decide to do. Let's see who's in here. Who's in here? I I seen somebody. His name is owned owned 3D, but I don't know if that's actually somebody or if it's a company
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
or maybe it's I don't know.
Maybe it was a Chinese bot.
Could be something. And they never say anything.
Did you ever get responses from Hector?
I don't. He jumps in here. He comes in and out. Um, he doesn't really say anything. Oh, the only time he does say anything is if, like, right after I'm leaving, he sometimes says something. I don't know. But like I said, man, they're getting the majority. They're getting the majority off of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's really up to them to decide. Like, I think by the time we open, so whenever I think by the time we open that initial website, I think all the videos that I previously added on Twitch will all of them were going to be deleted. We have to, you know.
All the
Uh,
ones before
all the ones
the
before,
site.
yeah,
Okay, like
because
including today.
like I think like yeah. So what I'm thinking is we'll keep those videos separately, and then we'll clip whatever we need to clip to make it an interesting video of profits and stuff, and then having
Yep.
you speak in there and stuff like that, and then we'll just make small clips. But the entirety of that video will make like sort of like a quote unquote like a class basically on what. But we're gonna have to make lessons like technical analysis lessons, right? I'm gonna have to be like, all right, so this is what I'm doing, and they're gonna have to purchase that kind of class.
That's where those cartoons come into play.
All right. Yep.
Little cartoon guys for the classes.
Yep. So yeah, man, we just we gotta get things rolling, man. I can feel it. I can feel it in here, man. I know
I
it.
like it. I like it. Well, we'll get your reply back from the website lady, and
Yep. And then see what
you know,
happens, and then we'll just
keep keep building the foundation, man.
yeah.
It's all about that for sure.
All right, guys. So we have about 2 minutes. The stream is ending. Um, all I can say, guys, is just pay attention and react. Pay attention to detail, react, read your analysis, and then you will be fine. Do not over leverage, especially in futures, and be careful in options because options can actually destroy you as well. So that is it for today, guys. I am up $218 with 76 cents. And for the week, I am up $1,077.84. Um, that's my week for today. So I'm going to um, get off of here and I will check y'all out tomorrow. If the weather's not bad, obviously. So, all right, guys, I'll check y'all out later. All right, Q. I'll be on here.